Apophis, the asteroid that once threatened Earth. What if I told you that an asteroid once gave Earth a real chance of impact, close enough to make scientists around the world hold their breath? In 2029, a massive space rock named Apophis will pass closer to Earth than some of our satellites, and for a moment in history, experts weren't sure it would miss at all. This isn't science fiction. This is the story of Apophis, the asteroid that went from a potential planet killer to one of the most closely watched objects in our solar system. And what scientists discovered along the way might surprise you. It all started in 2004. Astronomers scanning the skies detected a near-Earth asteroid roughly 1,100 feet wide. That's about the size of 3 football fields. It was named 99942 Apophis after the ancient Egyptian god of chaos. At first it didn't seem unusual, but then calculations began, and what they revealed sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Early data suggested that Apophis had a real chance of hitting Earth in 2029, not a tiny chance, not a distant possibility, but a probability high enough to raise global concern. At one point, Apophis reached a 2.7% chance of impact. That might sound small, but in terms of asteroid predictions, it's enormous. To put it into perspective, this was one of the highest impact probabilities ever recorded for an object of this size. If it hit Earth, the energy released would be equivalent to hundreds of nuclear bombs. Entire cities could be wiped out. Shockwaves would ripple for miles. The world was paying attention. Suddenly, Apophis wasn't just an asteroid, it was a potential global event. Scientists rushed to gather more data. Telescopes around the world locked onto its path. Governments and space agencies began quietly discussing contingency plans. For the first time in years, humanity was faced with a serious question. What would we do if an asteroid was actually coming for us? But science doesn't panic, it investigates. As more observations came in, something incredible happened. The numbers started to change. More accurate tracking revealed that Apophis would miss Earth in 2029. Relief spread quickly. But the story wasn't over. Because while it wouldn't hit in 2029, there was still concern about what would happen next. Scientists discovered something called a gravitational keyhole. This is a tiny region in space, only a few hundred meters wide. If Apophis passed through it during its 2029 flyby, Earth's gravity could alter its path, setting it up for a collision in the future, possibly in 2036. Think of it like cosmic billiards. Miss the keyhole and nothing happens. Hit it, and the trajectory changes just enough to come back and strike Earth years later. Suddenly the stakes were high again, so scientists got even more precise. Using radar observations, advanced modeling, and years of data, they tracked Apophis down to incredible accuracy. Every movement, every rotation, every gravitational influence was studied. And finally, after years of observation, the conclusion became clear. Apophis would not pass through the keyhole, and it would not impact Earth in 2036 or any time in the foreseeable future. But here's where it gets fascinating. On April 13th, 2029, Apophis will still make an incredibly close approach, and it will pass just 19,000 miles above Earth's surface. That's closer than many of our satellites, close enough to be visible to the naked eye in some parts of the world. Imagine looking up at the night sky and seeing an asteroid moving across it. Not a dot, not a telescope object, but something real, something close. This flyby is more than just a spectacle, it's a scientific opportunity. As Apophis passes Earth, our planet's gravity will actually stretch and slightly reshape the asteroid. Scientists will be watching closely to study its structure, its composition, how it responds to gravitational forces. This data could help us prepare for future asteroid threats, because next time we might not be so lucky. Apophis taught us something important. We are not alone in space, and Earth is not untouchable. There are thousands of near-Earth objects out there, some known, some still waiting to be discovered. But it also showed us something else. We are getting better at detecting them, better at tracking them, and maybe one day we'll be able to stop them. So while Apophis won't destroy Earth, it came close enough to remind us of what's out there. A silent universe filled with objects moving at unimaginable speeds, some harmless, some not. The question is, will we be ready next time? If this fascinated you, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Would you want to see Apophis pass by Earth in 2029?